In today's video, I'm going to show you how to streamline and how to make the onboarding process for your clients in whatever CRM or project management tool you use as efficient as possible and as scalable as possible. And a couple of videos before, I showed how to build the best lead generation tracker. In this case, I'm going to show how to build the best onboarding tracker once you've actually closed the clients. And if you don't know who I am, quick introduction, I'm Max. I'm the co-founder of Well-Designed and FlowClick. This is currently a work in progress, keep in mind. And I've helped over 50 plus agencies scale with ClickUp, operations, Monday.com, and different project management and CRM tools alongside of automations. So in this case, I'm going to use the popular tool called Pipedrive. But if you're using HubSpot, if you're using Go High Level, if you're using Close.com, whatever you now decide to use, the process is going to be the same and the automation is still going to work the same way. And the project management system of choice is the ClickUp build I've been doing for the past 2 episodes here. So check it out if you haven't seen it. I'm basically building a project management and CRM tool from scratch. But in this case, I'm going to fully go into automation and more alongside if you're using Asana, if you're using Monday.com, this still will work for you exactly the same way. So if you're excited, drop a thumbs up. I'm going to go in very much detail on how to actually build out ClickUp from the ground up. Not ClickUp, but of course the automations. In this case, the first step is to have an onboarding form. I like the platform of Typeform, so I'm going to sign up for Typeform. If you're using something else like fill out forms, Tally, or whatever, works the same way. I'm going to sign up for this, like just from complete scratch and do this, right? I'm going to sign up. I'm going to use, let's say, a new account. This one, correct? And I'm going to sign up for Typeform. This will be your onboarding form you have for your clients. So hopefully you have an onboarding form. If you don't, then get one. I think it's a must in my opinion. But yeah, start with your onboarding form. Sure, send me a bunch of emails. And I'm going to start by automating the onboarding form. But before we automate onboarding form, I'm going to do some very simple fields. Obviously, Typeform is very easy to use, quite streamlined, and I think it's very effective. So what I'm going to use for work. Speed run this. Please, I don't have a website. Now, first step is create our first onboarding, right? Damn, this is really, okay. I want to have welcome screen, or onboarding, preparing onboarding form. This will take kindly estimated time for completion, I think 15 minutes or so, right? Onboarding form, let's just make this maybe a tiny bit better. I can probably change the colors. I do like having dark instead. I don't like having bright. Damn. Is there something simple, please? Plain dark. Let's see something more nice. This one. Perfect. I'm going to use this. This looks nice. That's premium. I don't have that currently. Let's just use this one for now. It will work. And then we create another page. And I want to have a contact information page, right? Enter your contact information here. Add content. Let's do just a question, long text. What's the goal after working with us? Right? That's one question. Second question is also long text. Let's say, what current CRM tools are you using? Or what current tools are you using for, let's say, onboarding? Right? Could be interesting to know. 2 questions, and then what parts of the onboarding would you like to automate? Perfect, right? Those are the 4 questions I'm going to run with. Very straightforward. I can probably remove this. It's going to be now, of course, remove that email company. That's enough. And then share, right? I think that's enough. So have your onboarding form. Make sure to get that set up. Use fill out forms if you want a free option. Use Typeform if you want a paid option. I think both works. I'm going to now use this. Does it work? Perfectly. I just saw that Typeform had an estimate numbers, which is quite interesting. It takes 45 seconds and not 50 minutes. But yeah, to the point here, I want to, would this even true? No, once you have your onboarding form, the next step is to connecting that form with your project management or CRM system. We're going to start by setting up the CRM system, which is Pipedrive. And then from there, we're going to connect the forms and then go from there, right? So very important that we go to Pipedrive. Let me sign in with a brand new account. Let's say I'm just a brand new user. I'm going to use the same account here. And let's start by creating our first couple of boards, right? So in this case, we're going to have leads. Our first lead is called myself, organization of FlowClick. Value is of US dollars. I'm going to say $10,000. It's a hot lead. Expected close date, let's say in 2 weeks or tomorrow. Source channel, it's from, skip it for now, phone number and save, right? That's our first lead I have. Now, I want to connect my Typeform. Do I add my email? That's probably relevant. maxi@flowclick.com. Now, I'm going to add the email here under. So I want to find the form, find the Pipedrive information, but also add that to my project management of choice. So if that's Monday, if that's Asana, if that's ClickUp, whatever, it will work the same way. Let's sign up for make.com. If you don't have make.com, just go on make.com and then just sign up for the page and just go for the free plan. So just don't pay for it yet. Just use this one. It should be more than enough to get started. Now, once you have that, press on create a new scenario. If you have used Zapier or N10 or so on, or Make, formerly known as Integromat, it's going to work the same way. Now, I want the trigger to be, once they've filled out the onboarding form, we can start doing the work, right? So the first module will be Typeform. And we want Typeform of watch responses. So as soon as a form comes in, we want to find that record in Pipedrive and then add that to our project management system of choice so the team can start working on the client. So let me connect my account. Let me add a new account. And then connect it. Accept. It should be connected. Perfect. That's the first step. We find the form. Probably rename it at least, in my opinion, maybe. Onboarding form. Perfect. Now, we go back to make.com. We use this. We save, hopefully, right? And then let me run this once and see if it works in practice. So let me fill out the form. I'm going to share this link. I'm going to open a new tab and let's fill out the form like a real human being here. My name is Max. Let me just put my full name, email, click.com, and then FlowClick. What's the goal after working with us? Building the best onboarding tool out there. Pipedrive, Monday, ClickUp, make.com, and Typeform. All of it. And before I press submit, I want to run this scenario. Submit. Perfect. You see, I got the here with the different answers. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Pipedrive, click, Asana. That's the first step done. Now, we want to, in this case, I'm just going to get hard code this ID. So just so I can have it test, right? And I'm just going to move this so I can play around with it. Now, next step is the Pipedrive module. Now, you can do this in multiple ways. I have to mention that the way I'm going to do it is probably not bulletproof, but you can ask a question like, this case, I'm going to use the email that they use in the Pipedrive to find the record. But if they write a different email, then it can be quite hard. So assuming you have the same email, just ask like, hey, what's the email, or what's the email we have been communicating with, or what's the name, right? I'm just going to make it simple, use the email, but you can do it however you want. I want to get a lead. I want to connect my account. Off, hopefully. FlowClick, Pipedrive account. See if I can connect. Amazing. I'm now connected. I'm going to instead do this. The lead. Search leads. I'm going to search it by term. I wonder if I can just use maxi at flowclick.com. Sure, let me see if this works. Okay, so in this case, instead we're just going to do the company name, very, very straightforward. Just for the sake of simplicity here, you can see, find me, person, my name, and my email, hopefully. Yeah, value, see, correct. So I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to instead do it like this. I'm going to use the company name, right? So you can do this however you want. You can probably search just the name of the person. I doubt, unless you have like multiple hundreds of people that have the exact same name. Okay, it won't find me. Never mind. So let me just use the company name, right? There's other ways of finding workarounds. Instead, you can also do it like this. Leads, list, leads, archive, not archived, limit, let's say 2. You find me, right? And you can just probably get a lead by pressing me, pressing the ID, probably like this. I assume this will work the same way. Yep, value, currencies, manually created. You get most of the information, right? So it works both ways. In this case, I'm just going to use the search term, search for leads. I wonder if person works the same way. Okay, I have to read correct. Let's just very simply do search for leads. We just do the company name, properties. It's going to be the fields. Let's see if I can search my. If I now instead go through Typeform, let me find my response. There's so many fields. Let's see, onboarding form, fields, title, long text, properties. Let me just get this quickly. Do I get the thank you screen properties, welcome screens? I see fields. There is my company. Wow, okay, that's very, very packed. I'm getting probably the get a response, please. Response. I can probably just look at this then. This, search leads, and then just use the company name. I see those are in a collection. I see the issue here. Okay, so if I just go, this is troubleshooting live here. List responses. And just pick the ID here. Copy and just paste. And you can just do like this, this. Move this, reattach this, and only run this. Okay, that was not the right respond. What did I configure? Ah, here, of course. I can reconfigure this again, and we can kind of see some troubleshooting live as well in practice. If I remove this, I can save this, unlink this, and then move it like that, and just run it. That was also not the right field. After some troubleshooting, I realized I had connected the wrong account, and I was connecting my other account. And here I was just looking like a dumbass, and now I realized, okay, I was at the wrong account. Perfectly fine. It's now solved. I can just map this. No issues whatsoever. So you just use the token response. But just for testing purposes, I'm just going to use this one probably for now. So I can run this at scale. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Run. Perfect. Then I can just probably find if I can run and then ref, get the new data. We just go back here, and then press on the term, and we can find the answers. I'm just going to use company. Is this going to work? Output, owner, person. Yes. Perfect, right? So I can now, let me just not connect this yet. I can now connect if I can just see if I can I can technically update a lead or connect account again, and then just put the lead ID and once, of course. And I can, of course, change like the owners, the expected close dates, the labels visible, right? You can see. But in this case, you would just put the deal as closed. I haven't connected this with any of these and so on. I guess this is the only one. So yeah, to keep it simple, let me just do it very straightforward here. We go to ClickUp. We create a task. I have to make sure. Let me just use this one, I have to believe. Let's see, by the workspaces. Space. Is it YouTube? I think it's YouTube. And then project management. And then audit. And then task name. Call the client. I like to have it, of course. Title, just flow click. And then I want to put assignees myself. And then I also want to create a task. And then I want to add that under the right workspace as in this one, the CRM as well. So we have CRM. Then we have the active client. Then we have task name. I'm going to put the client, assign myself. Let's remove it for now. Let's put the status to active client. Let's put the due date. Skip it for now, or just like add days. Now, 1, 2 days. I might. Wow. Okay. So it adds 1 day due date once we assign the client, just keep, or 2 days further, just so we can keep in track. Yeah, I think that's quite straightforward, right? We can technically add more custom stuff if we want. So like update, edit, what's the fields? I have to find the same workspace. This will all make this in a second once I've showcased the templates. So if I just run this CRM, and then active clients, and then use the ID from this one, we can put in, okay, I don't have anything content. See, I don't have any fields in there. But yeah, if I just do it like this, let me remove this for once. Let me assume this would run. Very simply to see. Perfect. So now, if I go back to the ClickUp, you can see flow click, the automatic tasks have now been created. I've been assigned. They've also been added under active client, as in active client. And let me see if I get notified at Slack as well. As you can see, I have now been added and also reminded in Slack, hey, you have now been assigned to for rankings and also create personal CRM client account. And worth mentioning that the reason why all that happened was because we have created a system in the past couple of days. So if you're curious how that looks, just check out these 2 videos and I cover how all of the tasks are so populate in your project management system. But that's more complex. And I think I'm not going to go that deeply today. Now, in this case, let me go back into the ClickUp and let me just put in the GP audit. And we run a real client test from the beginning. So we go back into the make.com. I'm going to do it like this, connect it. I'm going to make sure everything is completely listed from the beginning. So all automated. Make sure it's from the token, onboarding form, search leads, perfect, and perfect, right? I run this as active. It's now all saved, all up and running. And now, if I decide to have a client in the leads, right, in the Pipedrive, and they fill out this onboarding form, start, with my name, with my email, I want to, actually, let's add even more stuff to the project management system. Let's add into the clients, notes, or goals after working with us. This will correlate the same in your Asana or your so on, or in Monday. And then what current tools they use, and as well as what do you want to automate. I just took a bit simple here. And then we go back to the make.com. We update a field with custom tasks. So edit a field with custom fields. Pick the right things here. Folder, CRM. As per usual here, we just picked like the client, of course, and then we add the custom fields. So task ID is going to be the same as the other one. Perfect. And then let me add the Typeform responses, which I got from the client. What's the goal? Add this. What do you want to automate? This. And what tools do you currently use? This. Save. And question is, can I go back to Pipedrive? In this case, close this down. I have this client over here. Deals. Do I have myself over here? Where's all these examples? No. I don't want to input any data. Great deal. Great. Question, can I just pick the... I wonder if I go back to the leads. Click. We can technically convert it to deal if that's something relevant. But for now, let's just go back to make. Let's press on save. And let's run an actual test. I want to have faster turnaround time when signing clients. Signing clients. I currently use, as said, Pipedrive. I use make.com. I use ClickUp. And I use Typeform. And then I said, I would love to automate the form fill outs and the task creation in ClickUp. And if I now press submit and now this gets started, I can see this run live in action. I don't have to actually press this, it will run either way. And then of course I can just press submit. And I can see the live steps of this happening in real time. And just like that, like as soon as they fill out the thing, I get now notified in Slack that I just showed you before. I can go back into the ClickUp and we have, okay, the goals, the current tools, what you will love to automate. We also have this stuff like the business audit. We have now got our first couple of tasks for the team. So imagine this. Imagine you just sign a client. You get your first tasks on board. You get the first systems. You get assigned in Slack and everything just runs automatically. So you don't have to manually tell like, hey, we have now signed this client. This is the form. They get notified in Slack in your project management system. If that's Asana, if that's Monday.com, if that's ClickUp, it doesn't really matter. The core structure still stays the same way. And now, as soon as I complete these tasks, the first things are done for the client, the next things automatically populate and so on. And that I just covered on the last video. You can see strategy SEO plan. And the key populate this on and on and on, right? And that's how you create an automated agency and kind of automated business running very smoothly without the initial handovers and everything. And that's how I personally want you to build your own business. Make sure it's automated, make sure everything flows automatically by itself, step by step. Wishing you the best. Set this up. If you use high level, if you use HubSpot, use HubSpot. Core structure and core foundation still works the same way. And if that sounds interesting and you will love more implementations or have any thoughts of how you want to build or what you want to see next, just comment and I would love for you to hear some thoughts and I'm going to build it out for you. So thank you. And if you have any questions, of course, just email me at max@welldesign or at FlowClick. Both work. Thank you. Wishing you the best and good luck on your automating journey.